Come and get a taste of my mind. Come and take a look behind the scenes. See, we've been a five, see, we hero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little father time with me, with me, with me. You should try your little father time with me, with me, with me. Come and get a taste of my mind. Come and take a look behind the scenes. See, we've been a five, see, we hero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little father time with me.
Welcome back to another episode of Follow Time with De'Meco and Blair, a podcast where dads talk about balancing fatherhood, relationships, careers, and passions. I'm De'Meco, resident dad to a wackadoo toddler, and this week, Mayari got to spend some much-needed time with her Jeezy, my mom. My mom's been helping out while I'm working from home, giving Mayari all the attention she needs because daycare is closed until the first week of June, which is crazy, by the way. But thankfully, they've prorated the fee.
Nice.
Because I mean, yeah, I'm not paying 3 weeks for you to be not here. That's just not
I'm
happening.
not paying you 3 weeks for me to babysit my baby.
Yeah, exactly. We don't call it babysitting, but yeah, I get what you're talking about. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Oh, you ain't babysitting your baby? You don't do that?
No. No, I don't babysit this baby.
Oh man, and I'm your play partner, host, most your country cousin Blair, aka Sir Winnie, better known as Southside Bunker Bear, and I'm the father to the 8-year-old future softball star. Kind of talked about getting her into sports in this next year, seeing what that's like. So talk to her mom about it. We know she wants to dance or like cheer, but we're gonna leave that as like a last resort type thing. Like, oh, she ain't doing shit else, nigga. Just put her ass in dancing type. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she's excited. She talked about it. So going out getting a couple of gloves and shit like that. So it's gonna be dope.
That's awesome. I'm gonna kind of sprinkle that in Kate's ear. Like, all right, so Penelope's 8 going on 9, so we got 9 years before she gets an assistant coaching job at the University of Oregon. So then we're
right. Get your shit right. Girl.
Exactly. Yeah. Get the paperwork started right now.
Yes,
exactly. Oh man, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for Mayard to start picking up organized sports. Obviously, I hear all the horror stories of Saturday morning soccer camps and t-ball and all that stuff. I hear the horror stories, but yeah. I mean, for her to play any organized thing, like we started kicking around a soccer ball in the backyard, and she just has like, that's my ball. That's like she loves to play. And so I'm just excited to see her play in a more organized setting. And it'll be interesting to see if her, like, I don't really see her play with other kids. Like she goes to daycare and interacts with other kids, but I don't see her like, she might push a kid. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't see it. No, you don't see it.
Exactly. I don't see it. At least daycare doesn't tell me that. I would hope they would. But
your daughter's out here fading niggas up.
No, like daycare person loves Mayar. She's like, she's amazing. She's the one that awesome. Put it in our ear that, hey, she's a genius. And I'm like, I won't argue with you.
There you go.
You're the professional.
So De'Meco, this week, who is our forgotten fictional father?
Man, I'm just so proud that you got it on. First go, no hesitation. I loved it. Baby. I love it. So this is an interesting one, just because over the last week and a half or so, my typical cycle of going back into the MCU. Obviously, a lot of new project coming out on rental or for sale or on digital or whatever. So I kind of just go through that again. So this one is a very short-lived dad. You see it for a moment, but he is an example of a dad that stepped in and stepped up. I'm talking about Thor at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder.
He embarked on a new journey because he had found something to live for, something to love for. A little someone who turned him from sad god into dad god.
Breakfast is served. Bon appetit. Hello. There you go. Hey, breakfast. Now, where are your boots?
I'm wearing them.
You're not wearing those.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Go to hell, demon!
Wow. Brand new, now destroyed. Thank you very much.
Taking on Gore, the God Butcher's daughter, and raising her as his own, and being Uncle Thor, which is kind of dope. For someone like Thor to have the arc that he did to take on a child that isn't his own from a person that was basically trying to kill him. He's like, no, I got you. But then that made me go down a rabbit hole of like dads I know people won't mention in the MCU. And I'm thinking Ant-Man, I'm thinking Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually going to call back your fictional dad, Tony Stark.
Yep.
You mentioned him obviously for his daughter, but I was rewatching like all of the Spider-Man. He's definitely Peter Parker's dad.
Oh yeah, father figure to Peter Parker
Like,
for sure.
Exactly. Like,
For
hey,
sure.
I was trying to be just like you. No, I needed you to be better than me. Like all the like, yeah, it was those moments of, hey, if you aren't anything with the suit, then you don't deserve the suit. Like he was dropping some dad gems on
a lot of bars on him. And
Yeah.
it kind of like, if you want to even go back even further with Tony Stark, it was Iron Man 2 when he had like an anxiety attack, a panic attack, and he's on the phone. 3, yeah, Iron Man 3. He's on the phone with the little boy who ended up being at his funeral, and that kid talked him down. He's like, "Remember, you're Iron Man." Like,
chills, bro.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, he's yeah. Marvel has a lot of good father figures in there. Some that are like not really father figures.
They got some
like,
bad ones.
Superhero, so you are far from your family, and yes, there are some terrible dads in the MCU.
Some terrible ones.
Yes, but I like that. That was a dope one, bro. That was a dope one.
Yeah.
Man,
shout out to the
MCU.
MCU doing it big.
Whoa. Before we go any further, huge thanks to the Follow Time fam for tuning in. We seriously appreciate you exploring the wild world of fatherhood with us. Enjoying this episode? Then hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, it's the best way to support the channel and make sure that you're always on time for Father Time. We wouldn't want you to miss out on a single dose of laughter or proud dad talk. Oh, you got a question or a story? Drop it in the comments. And for more content, be sure to follow us at FatherTimePod on all socials. All right, now back to the episode. Peace.
Yo, a shout out to the MCU, like providing some examples of what it means to be a good dad or a good father figure. In typical Father Time fashion, we have got a video to react to that kind of hints to being a good partner. It kind of hits home for me, and love to hear obviously your insights on it. But let's cue up the video. Shout out to one of the best shows that I've ever watched. This Is Us. This video is from their podcast, That Is Us. So here we go.
Nobody tells you when you have kids how much you're going to miss your partner. Nobody talks about that.
You better stop preaching here.
Nobody talks about that.
We going to church? Is that what we doing?
And
yeah,
come on now.
And my wife Rachel and I have gone through this episode.
Yes, sir.
And we have a 3.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of done it twice in the last 4 years, where you have to like redefine yourself.
Yeah.
And you get so stuck trying to take care of this human being, and all of your oxytocin is focused on this point that you forget to point any of it at each other.
Yes.
And this is where that parallel living comes up, and it takes active intervention to prevent it. Like you can't just
there's no
figure it
button.
out.
Yeah, shout out to That Was Us. That podcast is fairly dope, because after watching that clip, I watched that whole episode, and they do a great job of actually like meshing the show and behind the scenes of it with their real life, and like the thoughts and like the super deep cuts that if you watch the show you want to know a little bit more about. So it was great. But De'Meco and I had a conversation, I think the week after I got back, where it was like an Oklahoma moment. Not getting detailed, but this kind of thing happened with D, and I told him that it's something that I would love for us to be able to express, because we talk about it a lot. Like, can't be fake, can't be fugazi on the podcast.
No.
So, I mean, I guess you got the floor. What was that conversation with? What was that like realization when you finally had it hit you? Was like, oh shit, like that is my person. It's not just podcast and Mayari.
Yeah, that was it was jarring, to say the least. To kind of put it in the context of the conversations we have predominantly here, I always talk about being the dad that Mayara needs in the moment. And Kate reminded me, albeit how proud she is of what we do here and what we talk about on the show and all that stuff. She let me know that I was being a bad partner. I just wasn't being the best partner. And I had to learn how to love her differently, to the person that she has grown to be today. I was being a husband and a partner in the vein of when she was pregnant and when Mayara needed bottles on deck, and like I was doing what I thought was her love language, which was acts of service. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do everything to make sure the house is clean and Lincoln's taken care of, and I'm doing the dishes and I'm doing all this, so that I can kind of buy my time to be on the show. And she knows that. She knows that this is a passion of mine, and she knows that I can't not be authentic. Almost to the point when we had that conversation, Kate and I did. That was a Wednesday. We record on Thursday, and I was like, bro, hey, we can't record because I could not. One, I was physically sick to my stomach knowing that I wasn't providing Kate the love that I know she deserves. And it wasn't out of spite. It wasn't out of anything other than what that video is talking about. I was doing what I thought was required and what was needed of me, which was being that version of De'Meco, that version of dad, that version of husband. And Kate, thank you. I applaud you for recognizing that as soon as you did, or you may have known it for a minute, I don't know, but for whatever the reason, you brought it to my attention at that moment, and we didn't let it simmer or fester under the surface where that built some sort of resentment. I feel like that's a very slippery slope for some couples. So I'm just so thankful that Kate would trust that hey, it's not about who's right. It's about how do we grow from it. Like, that's just how we always operate. And yeah, there was a lot of things in that conversation, but I think it needed to happen. I was expressing like, hey, this is my love language. I need you to like, hey, shout, hey, Father Time from the mountaintops. And she was telling me like, hey, I want to, but I also can't because like, what about husband time? And I was like, you got me. Like, fuck. Yeah, I was like, she didn't say that, but like that's what hit me in my soul. I was like, I'm not living up to the standard I know I've set for myself as being her partner. And so yeah, we've had to the same way that I schedule and that we schedule father time, I had to put some best friend time on the calendar, and nothing like strict scheduled, but just like, hey, time with each other, whether that be playing Call of Duty, smoking, just chilling, vibing out in the backyard, like that time needs to be on the calendar. So that we it's in the forefront of, we've got to prioritize ourselves, because if we're not good, we are not good, you know. So that takes priority.
Yeah, happy spouse, happy house, right? Something that we chant, we scream. I mean, at least I do. Like, transparency is like, I was seeing that, and as a friend, I didn't know how to like bring it up, right? Because it is a lot of you behind the scenes doing things for the pod. You are so consumed with making your passion enjoyable for others to like listen and view. Because once, like we talked about it, once we put it out there, it's not ours anymore. Like, it's for the people to listen and the people to watch, whatever they think, whatever they feel, right? But I knew that there wasn't time in the day for you, because the dude wakes up at 2:15 to get into an ice bath, and then he's Ashton Hall for the rest of the day. Whether that's not like in a good way, though, like whether that's trying to create content on the go for the podcast, trying to come up with guests, lining up like our questions that we would have during our production meetings for each other. Not saying that it's just him, but he's doing that over there. Like for myself, Goose is here off and on. Like, so every other week is like the relationship her mother and I have. And to keep it more transparent, her mother and I had mad issues in our first year because of this exact thing. It was go to work, come back home, Penelope. Go to work, come back home, Penelope. I fucking forgot who this girl was. But no, that was something that I saw. So I was like, I know that there's, I'm not saying that my dog is dropping the ball, but there's something that's not all the way, like mama's not all the way happy, right? And not saying that like you could see that or like, cause Kate never shows it. She's a dope ass person, but I know my wife wants a date night. Nigga, like, you know how it was, we had Fridays as the podcast recordings, our first season. That shit had to change because my wife was like, no, you're not spending 3 hours in a chair around the time your daughter where your daughter's going to be here. Like, that's you and her time. Now you're taking Penelope time away to do a podcast. You're going to be a fake dad. What we on?
Yeah, talking about being a dad. And
I love being a dad while my daughter's outside the door, like beating to get in here. That's why y'all niggas don't see her in the episodes no more. Like first season, she was like, every once in a while she would pop in. Right?
Yes,
right. Cub would pop in every once in a while. I'm like, no, not anymore, dog.
Yo, Penelope, I miss you.
My nigga, where you at?
What the fuck
happened? Father time happened. But no, I'm glad that you guys had that moment, and Kate was shout out to Kate because she is doing her thing when it comes to being a dope mama, a dope teacher, a dope coach. But she's taking care of her mentals along with her chickens and her family. And taking care of your mentals, somebody's going to challenge you to look at you. That's all therapy is. That's why a lot of people aren't ready for therapy, I think. When I'm like, hey, bro, you should probably get therapy. Like, nope, I don't want a motherfucker showing me a mirror. But that's what that conversation does. And I'm pretty sure she might have had one of those, like, to her it was a slip up because she was just talking. It was like, I feel like I don't get as much attention as a pod. This nigga legit, we are in this chair for 3 hours on Thursdays. I know you can get that to her. So to know that my dog's wife like came to him and was like, this is what I need to make sure Father Time is complete. It made me feel good. And they like, first we got a Thursday off, so shout out, right?
Yeah.
Shout out waiting in the chair on a Thursday.
Yo, like on that, there's so many levels to that. One, a version of me would have tried to push through it. A version of me would have been like, well, no, I'm still doing this. Like I've made a commitment or whatever. Shout out to you. Shout out to our friendship, knowing that I could talk to you about this before resolving completely the situation. I'm like, hey, I'm in a partnership with my co-host as well, my friend here. I've got to let him know. I'm like, hey, I can't fake this, so we can't record. Like, I'm just letting you know. And you to be as gracious as you were, like, that's 1,000%. You got to take care of the house. Like, that was the text. Fake. Yeah,
the text was, don't lose the house over the pod.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the text.
And I was like, no. I texted you. I was like, no, we're good. Because, like, with Kate and I, knock on wood, it's once a problem or once something is brought to the attention, we don't make the same mistake twice. Like, we actively make sure that, like, oh, we will overcorrect. Nigga, we've spent all the time. Like, all right, fuck up. Like
she's like, bitch,
okay,
move.
You love me.
Go back to your
pop. Snuggle too.
Ain't Blair calling? No, I heard him. You should call him.
She gonna text you. Can you call him?
Get this motherfucker out my face.
We 5 days in a row, rose petals on the floor. Can you just call your boy? Like, this nigga in R&B Drake mode right now for no reason. Call your boy. Call your boy. Freaking certified lover boy summer's coming back. For real.
I got a headache. I can't be laughing as much, dog. My shit is pounding. But that's funny, nigga. That's funny. She's like 5 days of rose petals. Fuck this nigga. I'm tired of it. I'm loved out.
Got over here living in an R&B video.
The pulling.
Pull it.
No, but
I was about to make a bitch on it. We ain't pulling out.
oh my god. And that's the episode.
Come and take a look behind the scenes. See who's been a father, superhero.
We would have edited it right there.
No, it's when you had that moment, like I told you, like it's not like it's on our calendar, but it's definitely something that we talk about. It's like, all right, like we don't have that all the time, but we have date nights. Or there's, man, let's go get a drink. Let's go. But we also don't have a baby, right? So like we are, like she is a phenomenal mom, a phenomenal stepmom to Penelope, bonus mom out the wazoo. And whenever it's like being on, right? So whenever she has to be on, like nigga, the cape is there. Like her motherhood skills to not be a mom on 10. Fucking phenomenal. Can't wait to have a baby with this person. But I enjoy the hell out of the times where it's just us smoking in the house, or I'm smoking, she's just on the couch watching TV, and we're just doing nothing. Yeah. And that's like how we rock. Like, babe, look at that. I mean, it's funny as shit. And then I go on like a little small rant about whatever's on TV. And then she's watching 90 Day Fiance and I bounce in and out. Like, so building that is, I think we're building kind of like a system and a rhythm for like when we do and if we do have a kid, we know, all right, for sure, baby. But the second that we can turn it off, all right, this is how we manipulate it. And I think you guys and you being able to talk about this on the pod is showing a different part of our pod, because normally our podcasts are, I mean, I listen to them 95% of the time. We are happy, upbeat. It's not really much of a,
for sure,
a challenge or a pull.
Yeah, there's no conflict, there's no friction.
And even now it's not conflict or friction. It's just these are those learning things, right? And like we said, and we always say, the podcast is just the homies. This is just a playbook for all dads out there to like come in, get some game. You might be able to give us some gems or like learn from it. They did that wrong, they did that right, whatever the case may be. But I think this is one of those clips, one of those episodes that might hit. This is
that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's all I gotta say is to the listeners, to the viewers, like truly check in with your partner. And if you feel like your needs aren't being met, or they'd let you know that their needs aren't being met, this is not an argument of taking it defensive. I had to remind myself the whole day. So like the way the whole discussion happened, she's like, hey, we need to talk about something. Or like she really wanted to schedule a date night that prior weekend, but Mayari was struggling to go to sleep. So like when she put her to bed, she just stayed asleep in there. When I put her to bed, I just stayed asleep in there. So we just didn't have a chance to have this conversation until it kind of reached a bubbling point of, hey, we gotta, like, she had to tell me we need to talk. And
roll up, let's talk.
Exactly. Like, hey, let's talk tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And so knowing kind of what was going to be discussed, that's kind of another thing she'll let me know ahead of time. Hey, I'd like to talk tomorrow about these things. So then I know, I'm like, okay, I can mentally put myself in the space of what that conversation is. Because if she says, hey, we need to, like, let's talk tomorrow, I'm like, all right, like, how come there isn't a National Treasure sequel? Like, like I'm thinking like we're just talking about some random shit. No, like
because it's Nicolas Cage and we don't need it. That's besides the point.
I want a third movie.
My bad. I feel the same way about the Perry Jackson movies. Y'all should have gave me another.
Yeah, Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. That's it. Percy Jackson.
Yeah, we need that. But yeah, so the whole day leading up to knowing that we were going to have a conversation that night, I had to remind myself throughout the day, do not get defensive. She's not attacking you. She's literally voicing how she feels. It may or may not have something directly to do with me and my behavior, but I have to listen to her and not be prepared to react, but have the patience and grace to respond. And hey, okay, that's how you saw the situation. Okay, this is how I saw it. I completely see your side and all that stuff. But even then, in the moment of us having the conversation, I just sat there. One, because of like being told, like, she didn't tell me I was being a bad partner, like I said,
Yeah.
but it's what I felt. I was like, fuck, I dropped the ball. God, like, how did I not let the one person that means the most to me second, like, not even second, first above my kid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did I drop the ball and not make sure she felt all the love that I have for her? I just sat there with it because I wasn't in a space to respond and provide my own feedback without going, oh, well, when you felt this way, I felt this way. Like, we're not going tit for tat. Like,
I don't get to pull up shit because you got something off your chest. I don't then get to go in the research book and find some shit to throw back at you. I need to sit with this. I need to sit with it,
digest it, comprehend it.
Let that shit marinate in your spirit, fuck nigga. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. That's that Atlanta of me coming out.
But that's real though. Like, really, when you're with your partner, hear them. Really listen to what they got to say. We over here seeing stereotypes of 50% of marriages end in divorce. Fuck, that ain't happening in this house.
Yeah. But no, I think you're 1,000% correct, bro. Like, if you, and I forgot who told me this, dog. Might have been like like in passing. Somebody was like, bro, being married is a job. That's every single day for the rest of you're asking someone, can I work for your love every day? Because just because I married this person, Alma doesn't get to just like, I don't just, hey, I married you, you're mine. Haha. Nah, nigga, I get the opportunity every day to make sure this nigga loves me every single day all over again. Find something new about me. Like, and it's a challenge, like a motherfucker, bro. Cause like I have personal insecurities and like thoughts of like, am I really a good husband to this person? Am I a good dad? Like, what do I offer? So then it's like, all right, do I need to be more financial? Do I need to like, like rubber feet more? And it's like, I just think this nigga just wants time, like me and her, just time. So, but that's something that I work on. I worked on myself to the point where we've talked about, I think like last night, not even the same person that when she first met me, not even the same person. And that's working on myself, which then in turn makes me a better person for her. So, hey, bro, like if the one gem y'all take from this conversation today is see your partner, hear your partner, and then work for your partner's love every single day. And I think we should be good with that one. At that point, I mean, it's if things are still going wrong at that point, and like that's you really trying, then divorce might be like just irreconcilable differences for shit show. Like, but if both of you guys are trying at this, and those three things come into play, nigga, be alright. News came down the pipeline in the sports world. All right, y'all, so check this out. We were just talking about this a little bit off camera. We're not a sports podcast. We're not a golf podcast. We'll never do that shit, right? But we watch sports and we both play golf. So we will be trying to sprinkle in our opinions about certain things. Not all the time, so don't be looking for it. But we're going to sprinkle some shit. Because we also noticed that you guys love when we talk sports. So we giving you motherfuckers what you want. With that being said, we got news that with the 2028 Olympics, there will be flag football in for the very first time, and the NFL passed the rule to allow NFL players to be on the flag football team, which
that's fucking wild.
So this is how I feel about that part. Like, so all right, real fast. I think we are doing America and the US a huge disservice if we don't just pick a few guys from the NFL and allow the actual flag football players that have a flag football league here in America, like professionally, let them do it because they know what to do. They know the rules. They have the agility for it. They know how to bend, dip. Not saying that you could have like a Tariq Hill or anybody like that learn, but I'm also not, if I'm the owner of a team, I'm not okay with $156 million guaranteed going out in the Olympics, dipping low versus Turks and Caicos and he fucking blows a kneecap out. That's not gonna happen on my watch. So let the niggas do it.
I'm curious to know about that then, though. Like, obviously, you think about like Team USA basketball. Like, what are you like? Are you still taking that stance with
Team USA basketball
or any?
So with basketball, I think it's a bit different because we're not playing versus amateurs, right? So like our professionals are playing versus guys that they play versus every single day.
Yeah, the pool is
the
low
pool is
for
the same with football.
I mean like with NFL the pool is low for international players.
Yes, it's a lot smaller, so it wouldn't be like our players would be playing like other guys like Saquon Barkley. This is no disrespect because I don't know the flag football space. So like, hell, China might have the next Aaron Donald or some type shit, but like we haven't seen it here. Not saying that it don't exist, but in America, football is kind of king. We created the shit. We run the shit. I don't think that we're gonna lose, obviously, but I also the contracts and the shelf life of NFL players is already so. It's already so small that I wouldn't. Yeah. I would like to see it. I would love to see it. Like Justin Jefferson was one of the guys who went out there and was like, "Hey, I want to." Like it's a lifelong dream of mine to win a gold medal for the U.S. Like that's sick as shit. I think we can do it a different way. The superstars of teams, because like all it would take is one guy to have his ACL blown up or to have his Achilles tear or any of those things like, that God happen.
Forbid, like the field is in bad condition and then it's like everyone's getting
this is the first year. Imagine the next 4 years when they have to do it again, but it's in like Qatar or some shit. Like I'm not not disrespectful. I'm not trying to talk disrespectful about people's countries. I'm just stating facts. The Washington Commanders at FedEx Field have grass worse than what I have outside. It's torn up 3 professional kneecaps. That's on professional football field, 11 versus 11, 100 yards long. And, you know, I'm talking about the width. That's a short field. You're pretty much playing on a hockey field, cuz. So I would love to see what it looks like, but I've seen videos of guys who play professional, like flag football. Those guys are big. Like one of the best quarterbacks in that league who came out a couple years ago and said he's better than Patrick Mahomes. That dude is legit. Like he's damn near walking on his shins to get past people. And like wiggling his hips and shit. I've been like, those guys are crazy. I do not.
It's a different
sport.
Different game.
It's a different sport because like, it's just a different sport. Basketball is basketball all the way around. Baseball is baseball all the way around. Like you can modify it and call it softball, just strength of field. Like all that shit is still the same mechanically. Those football players are wired completely different. They're not wired the same way as a motherfucker who's reaching for a flag. Running. I just don't know. Running. But we bring that shit up because we had a conversation in our text. De'Meco, who would you pick to represent your offensive side, or not even offensive side, just 6 players that you would pick to represent your team?
Are we doing a snake draft? I'm just curious.
Do you wanna?
I mean, we can.
Okay,
or we can just give. Yeah, we could just. I'm just
let's do it. Let's just snake draft. You got first. Right. I got second. Let's go.
So all right. So this is what I had: quarterback, 2 receivers, running back or like flex.
Got you.
Center, and then defense.
Got you. Okay, we'll go with that.
Cool.
Who's your first pick?
So with my first pick, because you're giving me first pick, I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I'm taking Lamar Jackson. I'm taking Michael Vick 2.0. That's just so silly not to do that.
Type shit.
So yeah.
Type shit. So I'm gonna pick my face of the defense first. And I'm gonna pick Derek Stingley to represent the defense. Because if there's any ball that's thrown in the air in any type of radius that he's in, he's picking it. And he's an LSU boy, so go Tigers.
Got you.
And my second pick, because it's a snake.
I'm so glad you picked him.
And my second pick, because it is a snake, right? So I got second and I got the next pick. I'm going with K1, Kyler Murray out of Arizona for my quarterback, because he's already so short. Center of gravity is already so short, and he runs like a little tiny person anyway. So you really ain't touching him.
Got you. Got you. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you picked that defensive player just because I'm like I only had one person in mind. The other person I was like, I think he retired. God damn it. So I'm gonna go with wide receiver Justin Jefferson.
Type shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't not
LSU. Come on now.
Yeah. Exactly. And I was like, I'm like, if I had to think of somebody he was going to pick, I'm like, all right, how many LSU players? I'm like, shit, a lot of the NFL is LSU. Let's just be honest.
Go
like,
Tigers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got them
I was
boys.
like, yeah, I'm like, I can't really steal an LSU player because there's just so many to choose.
Abundance. You will see that. I think Kyler Murray is the only guy who is not an LSU player on my list.
Perfect.
He's the
Well,
only
then
one who's
I'm
not.
gonna, I'll take the next. I guess I believe he's LSU. I'm gonna say with some certainty he's LSU. Jamar Chase is gonna be my second wide receiver.
Oh yeah, smart man. They put up numbers together with Joe Burrow down there in the Bayou, so makes sense that you'd pick those two guys. For my two receivers, just because again, dual LSU boys, they played together, went crazy. RIP too. I'm getting Malik Neighbors, and then I'm going with BT Brian Thomas Jr. Crazy word. Boys got hands for days.
Love it. So for my running back or flex player, I'm going Debo Samuels.
Debo Samuels?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can have that. You can have that.
You can have it.
Big body ass nigga. Who's your next one?
And then for my centerpiece, I'm gonna go with a tight end just because, like, why not? George Kittle.
George Kittle. Yeah. That's a great
So someone that's just
that's a great pick.
When people watch, like, yeah, it's America. Like, he looked like he throwing down some brews at the game, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been Kelsey, the retired one, Jason Kelsey.
Jason,
It would have been him, but yeah. But
I feel you. Get your defensive guy out the way too, and let's finish it off.
Micah Parsons.
Smart man. He's got Ben, so he will be able to get
athlete.
there. That boy's good. That boy's good. That boy's good. So I got Derek Stingley. I got Kyler Murray. We got Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. And what I'm looking for my flex position. Shit, hold on. This might be the one that like throws me, because I didn't plan on picking like any type of lineman-esque.
That's why I picked like a tight end, because I'm like, you may or may not want an extra set of hands out in the field somewhere.
All right, shit. If we're doing it like that, I'll go with give me Brock Bowers. Las Vegas tight end. Oh, that's another guy who's not LSU dude, but he is an SEC brother, so you got it. And he is the legit reason that I went to the championship game in our Father Time Fantasy Football League. He is the reason. He's the best player I had on my team, most consistent motherfucker. And it was a while I wasn't trying to start him. And I put him in. Just rattled off wins for me. So I was like, I love this guy. He's my favorite. But no, let us know down in the comment section how you guys feel about the flag football thing and who you would pick in a for your same exact positions: quarterback, receiver, flex, face of the defense. Fucking hair. My wife or my daughter. If I feel itchy anywhere, I just pull it out, and it's like a long curly hair, or it's a long straight.
I hate it when it's inside.
Oh my God.
The hoodie. Inside the hoodie. Yeah.
You don't know where it's
because I know it's not me. I've gone through too many cycles of washing to know that, all right, it's definitely not my hair. Like, obviously some hairs can be lingering, but I'm like, no, it's
one
not
of those
me.
girls. One of the ladies.
So, at the time of recording, it is May 23rd. if we are not mistaken, you celebrated a birthday yesterday.
I did. It was
tell us about the birthday celebration. Tell us about your birthday, man.
it was dope, man. My wife got some family and friends together. We went bowling. Had some family, some friends together. We went bowling, got some drinks, had a good time. I won. Yeah,
type shit.
It was dope, man. And then went to get drinks afterwards at a couple of the bars downtown. I'm not a big drinker, dog. I smoke more than anything. But also, I know so many people in this city that I live in. And for some fucking odd reason, every last one of them were out last night. And what? It's your birthday? Come get a drink. And I'm like, And after like the third drink, I think I was already like mentally like, all right, this is where we're at. So every drink that was offered to me from a friend, which again, not many, but and then I came home and I was very drunk. I was very, very drunk when I got home. But it was great. My wife also got me.
It was great.
I mean, the one haircut that I had today canceled, so I was able to stay home in bed up until like at least noon. Yeah, man, that's fucking phenomenal. But no, my wife got me some fantastic, because she's a fucking phenomenal gift giver. That's her thing. Like, and it's weird too, because like it's shit that like I didn't want the shit that she got me. I never in my mind processed like, oh, I'd get that for myself. Yeah, so she got me a pair of like those Meta glasses. So I have like a pair of Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I've been abusing the fuck out of them since I got them. I'm recording everything, nigga. It's crazy.
Hey, Meta, record video.
Exactly, nigga.
Hey, Meta, stop recording.
That was me.
Hey, Meta, what flower is this?
Nigga, I'm like, give me all of that. No, it's awesome, man. I'm a blessed human being. Being here for 35 years. Can't wait to be here for another 50. Yeah, I'm a blessed human being, bro. This is dope. The people around me are awesome. Family, friends, loved ones, all that good shit. And then my wife again. We're up to something. The Father Time Boys might be up to something. I want to say it.
We can talk about it. What did Alma get you for your birthday?
Besides the glasses,
yeah.
So she got me a card, and in that card there's
Okay.
Yeah, Park sounds better than Heights. Yeah, change the city name.
Exactly.
No, yeah. So that's definitely coming down the pipeline. You guys just have to tune in to see what the bleep is.
Yeah,
but just know the Father Time guys are up to something. Yeah, birthday was great. Thank you guys for all the wishes. Thank you, my brother, for bringing it up and all that, man. And thank you to my wife for making me feel as special as she did. It's awesome. Thank you. To another 50. But yeah, man, with that being said, we could be doing this for the rest of the night, but we want to get up out of here. Respect your time, respect De'Meco's time, all that good jazz, man. If you would, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below, because that is how the algorithm works, how YouTube lets you guys know. Let them know that you guys like what we're doing here. And again, in the comment section, who is your fantasy football team? Let us know. With that being said, that is De'Meco, aka Sunny D. I am Blair, aka Southside Bunker Bear. Love you guys. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Peace.
Come and take a look behind the scenes. See who's been a father, superhero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little Father Time with me. With me. You should try a little Father Time with me. With me.